So today we have to talk about the old conspiracy. The old conspiracy that Caitlin Clark is guaranteed to be gone from the Fever, and that the Fever all along have planned for Caitlin Clark to leave and they want to get rid of her and yada yada yada. Do I think there's some merit in that? Yeah. Do I think that the Fever are definitely, there is a conversation about trading Caitlin Clark? Yes, and I'll explain the actual reasons for that here. But I got to be very, very clear. The main reason why Caitlin Clark could be gone is because they paid her friend, who's worth $350K, $850K next year. Everything. The reason why the Fever can't keep the big three together, I need to be very, very clear, is Lexi Hull. I said this. There is a video on the channel where I want to just I want to look at what I tweeted here. They chose, for anyone again saying that the Indiana Fever chose Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark, yada yada. No, they chose Lexi Hull over both. Like, they actually chose Lexi Hull over keeping both Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark. They straight up cannot do both of those things. But I need to find my tweet. Here. Yeah. On the 15th of April, and I want to see some of the responses. I don't think people understand that Lexi making $800K next year. She's making more than $800K next year. She's making $850K next year. Pretty much guarantees Kelsey Mitchell's gone. Whether you agree or not, the organization chose to keep Lexi and cap space to overpay role players over keeping the big three together long term. Caitlin will have to forego her fourth-year option and sign an early epic extension for the minimum. Like, that is literally it. For the Indiana Fever, by the way, to keep one of Sophie Cunningham or Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark's probably go. Like, they can keep Sophie Cunningham if Caitlin Clark just stays on her rookie deal and doesn't sign the epic. And if she stays in her rookie deal, they then have to offer her the Supermax. After that, they can't sign her for a long-term max. And if she sign, or if they want to keep Kelsey Mitchell and Sophie Cunningham, I'm not joking when I say this. Kelsey Mitchell has to take a pay cut, and Caitlin has to take the minimum. It says Caitlin would take less to keep Kelsey. Caitlin would have to take the minimum. Lexi should have signed a 1-year deal. Lexi should have signed as much money as the Fever willing to give her. Straight up. This is a dumb take. Other teams sign 3 to 4 stars. Other teams have entire benches made of minimum deals and are made of max contracts. Fever gave $1.6 million committed to Lexi and Billings. Duh. False. People are just like, yeah, this is wrong. On the 15th of April, why would they let Kelsey Mitchell go ahead of Lexi? That's the choice they made. I don't think you understand. You don't understand any specific. These are fucking dumbasses. I tweeted this and I got so much hate. It is factually correct that Lexi Hull is the reason. And you want to say Monique Billings, fine. But we all saw the power forward market. Temi cost $1 million. Alana Smith is on a 3-year, $1.2 million increasing contract every single year. We know the power forward market was mental. At the time, Jess Shepard for $1 million looked crazy. Temi's on $1 million. Kennedy Burke is making $1 million. And the only problem with Billings is they signed her to multiple year. The going rate for Billings was about $650K. It was about $650K. But if you look at the Indiana Fever's roster here, because Amber Cox was spotted saying, you know what, oh yeah, we want to keep Kelsey Mitchell here for the rest of her career. I'm like, they obviously want to keep Kelsey Mitchell. Can they do it? No, they obviously can't afford to keep Kelsey Mitchell. But if you look at their salaries here coming into next year, Aaliyah Boston's on the Supermax. Aaliyah Boston's making $200K under the max, and then she goes to $200K over the max. So there's a $400K swing in Aaliyah Boston. With the way things are going right now, with everybody making their current money, even if Aaliyah Boston makes a Supermax and Kelsey Mitchell goes down to the max, Sophie Cunningham would have to go to a minimum to afford this team next year. Caitlin Clark's contract increases by more than the cap does. As a percentage of the cap, even if she plays her fourth-year rookie contract and they don't offer her the epic extension. And are the Indiana Fever going to be the team that sets the precedent to not offer a player an epic extension? Do they want to be that team? No, they don't. They care more about tradition and stuff, so they're going to offer Caitlin an epic extension. And I don't understand, like, people, don't think we realize that Caitlin Clark, even if she just takes the regular max, the Indiana Fever, their roster is literally going to be this. Caitlin Clark, Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Mo Billings, and every Raven, and every other player on the team has to be a minimum contract player. I think if they make the playoffs, they can afford their first round pick. But if they get into the lottery, I don't think people realize, like, if the Fever get into the lottery, if Caitlin makes even the regular max next year, as far as I'm aware, I don't know exactly the exact semantics of it, but there's a chance they can't even afford their first round pick. They will have to cut Raven Johnson if they want to keep their first round pick. Like, it's that type of thing. It's that type of thing now where I'm like, we're in salary cap hell. And it's the reason why Grace Van Sluten is there. It's the reason why Justine Passat is there. His team doesn't recruit overseas. So you're not going to... The reason why they're keeping all these players is that Passat has 4 years more on a minimum. Bree Hall, because she's not on a full contract, she has 3 more years on a minimum after this. Grace Van Sluten has 3 more years on a minimum. KK Timpson has 2 more years on a minimum. Ty Harris is going to be dipping. She's not going to be there next year. Maisha Allen's going to be worth a lot more than her money. And it's the reason why they signed Dantas for 2 years, because they're like, we actually don't want to recruit and we want a bunch of people to take minimum cap space. Like, the Fever aren't as fucked as the Wings or the Aces are. Like, maybe the Aces. The Aces could lose Jackie Young. They're kind of fucked. Like, they're very likely to lose Jackie Young. But the Wings are in the worst spot because they could lose... They're probably going to lose Jess Shepard once Paige hits her epic. They're going to lose Jess Shepard, and they're going to be stuck with 3 years of bad contracts. At least the Fever only stuck with 2 years. Like, the Fever have cap flexibility after next year. They have cap flexibility. The problem is that they're just not a very good team when it comes to scouting. So the cap flexibility doesn't really mean much. But a lot of people are talking about this whole situation like the Fever are choosing... Our Fever are planning to get rid of Caitlin Clark. People are like, oh, you know what, they'll trade Caitlin and Lexi. There is a good chance that they trade Lexi with Caitlin. Because, and I don't think people understand this. If you trade Caitlin, to get off Lexi Hull's contract, you have to attach Caitlin Clark. Like, people don't realize, like, same with Alana Smith. Like, to get off Alana Smith's contract, we were like, oh yeah, you know, we can trade Alana Smith or Arike with the Vegas, with the 14th pick in the draft, and the team will take their bad contracts for 2 more years. No, they won't. You're attaching Isaiah James to get off one of them. You might have to attach AZ Fudd to get off Alana Smith. The contract's that bad. Like, I don't think people understand. No one's going to take the contract. Like, the Mystics have cap space. But let's just say, hypothetically, the Mystics this summer sign, because Shakira Austin's on a 3-year max. They go and say, you know what, we're going for it. We're going to sign somebody. We got 2 more years of Sonia Citron and Kiki Uriafen's rookie deals. So we're going to sign a max contract guard to come in because, you know, we've got flexibility. We're going to sign them for 2 more years. For 2 years. To match up with their rookie deals expiring. And in the next year, Kiki and Sonia make the all WNBA team. And they probably have to trade one of Kiki or Sonia. Like, the Epic... Like, I don't think the WNBA thought the Epic provision through. Like, it's going to fuck teams. Like, the Wings are going to be fucked because of it. The Fever, to an extent, are fucked because of it. Like, the Indiana Fever, Aaliyah Boston should currently be on a rookie deal. Caitlin Clark should be on a rookie deal for 2 more years. The Indiana Fever should have had flexibility to bring in another max contract player. Albeit, I think they would have used it on Alana Smith, who I still think would have been better than Mo Billings. I still think Alana Smith, for this Fever team, wouldn't have been quite as bad as she looked in Dallas. But they probably use it on Azare or Alana Smith, who have both kind of look shit. Like, I hate saying this, but like, the Fever did get the least screwed of the teams that got their 3 targets by the looks of things, of Alana Smith, Azare Stevens, and Mo Billings. They got the least screwed of the 3. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, look, I gotta be real. Sophie's near certainly gone next year. They didn't offer her a big deal. And look, the Fever put themselves in a position where they can make a choice. Like a lot of people are like, oh, the Fever by giving Kelsey Mitchell or by giving these people 1 year deals chose one person over another person. It's like, no. The Indiana Fever gave Kelsey Mitchell a 1 year deal so that they're not in the wing situation where you have to start attaching assets to get off somebody. If they want to choose Caitlin Clark over Kelsey Mitchell, they can wipe their hands clean with it. Kelsey Mitchell's gone. They don't need to offer her a deal. They can underpay her. Like, it is what it is. If the Fever want to choose Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin Clark, they have Caitlin Clark, who whatever team signs Caitlin Clark has control over Caitlin Clark's contract for another 3 seasons after this. They're going to have to pay her a max, but they have control over her contract. And I think that's that's a big one. That is a big one, having control over Caitlin for 3 more years. You have her as a trade asset. The problem is, again, to get Caitlin Clark, you're going to have to give up assets and you're going to have to take on one of the 2 bad contracts. And everybody talking about this contract, this is a bad contract. Don't get it twisted. Mo Billings is a bad contract. Mo Billings is a really bad contract. But the going rate for bigs is so high that it's not even close to. Like Lexi Hull, you will never hear me criticize Lexi Hull as a human or her effort. It's not for a lack of trying. And there's a respect level there. She's just terrible. She's terrible at every aspect of basketball except effort. She's a streaky shooter. She can't dribble. She can't create her own shot. She can't guard anybody. She fouls too much. She tries hard. She tries hard, and sometimes she shoots well. She tries hard, and 1 every 10 games, or not even that. It's like she goes through a 10-game period every year where she can't miss. She goes through a 10-game period every single year where she can't miss a shot, and then for the rest of the year, she can't hit a shot. Like, it's in the same, just in general. That's it with Lexi. That she is what she is. Lexi is a player you want on your team, not on a 2/3 of a max deal. Like, this is like the overcorrection of, okay, yeah, we need Lexi. We kind of want to keep Lexi. And it's like, oh yeah, we want to bring in a shooter, Katie Lou. Okay, yeah, we're going to offer her we're going to offer her fucking 180K. We're going to offer her a max. We're going to pay her more than we're paying fee. Like, or in Minnesota are paying fee. Lexi Hull is, and I'm not going to, like, for the people being like, oh, you know, she cares more about the makeup brand. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, she'll make a lot more off that than she will off basketball. I don't think it's affected her basketball. Why? When you see people's head being dragged into other directions, the effort's never the same. They switch off. Their focus isn't the same. All of that is exactly it with Lexi. All of that is there. Like, she is absolutely playing what she has shown for years. It's just she's not as good as Sophie. And I don't know, is she better than Bree Hall? Lexi's not as good as Sophie. Lexi's not as good as Raven. And I don't know if she's better than Bree Hall. I'm going to say yes for now. But I've never been that high on Lexi as a player. I thought that the Indiana Fever last year should have attached Lexi to Katie Lou to get off Katie Lou's contract and to free up cap space so they didn't have to buy out Katie Lou. There's so much respect I have for Lexi Hull as a player. Obviously, Caitlin wanted to keep Lexi there. But unironically, Lexi being on this team might knock out Caitlin. That being said, if the Indiana Fever want, they're easily able to make a choice. Because if they want to keep Kelsey, they keep Kelsey. If they want to keep Caitlin, they keep Caitlin. The Indiana Fever have put themselves in a position where they can't keep both. And I think coming into the year, we all kind of expected that. They didn't offer Kelsey a multi-year deal. And I've heard from very, very good sources, very, very, very good sources, that like Kelsey Mitchell wanted a multi-year deal. Like that was straight up one of those things where I was like, look, it made sense. As far as I'm aware, I trust the source that Kelsey wanted a multi-year deal. And the reason why Kelsey was the last player to be signed on the via core tag is because, well, she wanted a long-term deal. She didn't want to be cored. So yeah, like I think Kelsey was happy to play in the 1 year Supermax, but like she wasn't gonna go and pull a 2025 Stewie and say, okay, I'm gonna go and take a 1 year less contract because the organization's gonna look after me. No, like it is what it is. Kelsey Mitchell is probably not going to take a pay cut. And if the organization comes to it, like, I don't like saying this, but long term, you keep Caitlin Clark. But in the immediate short term, getting rid of Caitlin, getting off Lexi's contract while doing that, and suddenly and giving Kelsey the regular max. Suddenly then you have got Raven, Kelsey, Mo at the 4, Aaliyah at the 5, and money to build a team. And you're probably getting 2 firsts. Even, like, you're probably getting 2 firsts on top of that for Caitlin. And suddenly you're probably gonna go and get a high pick. Like, it's not going to be done this season, but let's just say the draft lottery is what it is. If Juju says she's coming back to college, you could potentially attach 1. You could potentially get 1 for Caitlin. I'm not joking. Like, if Juju says she's going back to college for Madison Booker, for Hannah Hidalgo, yeah, you could probably get 1 for Caitlin. So let's just say hypothetically Portland get 1. For argument's sake, or Connecticut, or Houston get 1. Fuck it, Houston get 1. You can probably get 1 for Caitlin. You can probably get 1 Sanaya Rivers. We've got 2 more years on our rookie deal. Aaliyah Edwards, 2 firsts for Caitlin and Lexi. You could probably get that if it's Houston. So, look, there are a lot of basketball reasons why the Indiana Fever trade Caitlin Clark. There just are. Because I don't like saying this. Caitlin Clark is better than Kelsey Mitchell. Don't get it twisted. Caitlin Clark is better than Kelsey Mitchell. But Caitlin Clark is not enough better basketball-wise than Kelsey Mitchell to justify losing Kelsey for nothing, going into next year with Caitlin, Aaliyah, bad contracts and minimum contract players, versus going in with a lineup of Raven, Kelsey, Aaliyah Edwards can come in as a starter at the 4 with Aaliyah. I think they would play really well together. You then have nearly $1 million to spend on a 3, and you can get bench depth, and you can bring in Madison Booker, who probably starts at the 3 then. And it's like, okay, that team, basketball wise, is better than Caitlin, Lexi, Raven, Mo Billings, Aaliyah Boston, and an entire bench of minimum contract players, which is what they will do if they choose to keep Caitlin and Kelsey walk for nothing. Look, I want to be very clear. I think they've backed themselves into this situation. Like, they have absolutely kind of backed themselves into this hole. And I don't think the organization's done a great job of things. Like, they just haven't. They've done a bad job of it. But a lot of people are going to be calling out X, Y, or Z that they've done, or do they want Kelsey Mitchell over Caitlin? They fucked up by paying Lexi and Mo Billings. More so Lexi, because again, the going rate for a competent power forward was $700K plus. Like, Mo Billings is not that much worse than Naz Hillman or you wouldn't have guessed prior to the year, Mo Billings was not that much worse than Naz Hillman. But like, Lexi Hulls wasn't that much better than minimum contract Nia Coffey. Like, I'm just going to show you guys some contracts here. And we're going to look at like similar contracts. WNBA salaries. And you also take into account that like, there are players. So if you look at the entire salaries here, just 2026 salaries. So obviously there's the 3 Supermaxes. Where is it? 2026 salary. So we're going to look in around the like kind of lower range. Carly Samuelson, I know she's not healthy, but like she's similar level to Lexi Hull as a player, who's not on a rookie deal. Lexi's better than Banham, I guess. Like, I know they don't play the same position, but overall, Lexi's not as good a basketball player as Jade Melbourne. She's just not. Lexi is not as good a basketball player as Tip Hayes, and she signed a flexible 1-year deal. She's not even close. Lexi's not as good as Kyla Charles. She's just not as good a basketball player as Kyla Charles. Is making $200K more than her next year. She's not as good as Sophie. Like, where is she? She goes to $850 next year, so she's making more than Jewel Lloyd. Is she better than Jewel Lloyd? I don't think so, but it's close. But like Lexi Hull is making more money than Kayla Thornton, who was an all-star last year. She's making more than Anya Nwere, who was an overpay. Michaela Anya Nwere was an overpay. A young team overpaid Anya Nwere pretty much because she's a coach at UCLA and she wanted to help the fact that they drafted 2 UCLA rookies. Or they were planning on drafting all the UCLA rookies, apparently. They wanted to, be a vet there. They knew her. And she's better than Lexi, and she's getting paid $100K less than her next year, $150K less than her next year. Like, she's getting paid closer to fucking Kelsey Plum than she is to DeWanna Bonner, who's also better at basketball. Like, I'm looking through these contracts. I'm like, even if you look down at minimum UFAs, I'm going to talk the minimum contract UFAs. Is Kia Nurse better than Lexi Hull? No. Lexi's better than Kia Nurse. Is Lexi Hull better than Odyssey Sims? No. Is she better than Parker Tice? Yes. Is she better than Dantas? Yes. Is she better than Emma Cannon? Yes. Is she better than Alicia Clark? Yes. Better than Bree Turner? Yes. Better than Lexi Brown, who was waived? Yeah. Okay. So she's better than the UFA minimum contract players. Is she better than Lexi Held, who was a minimum contract player who got cut? I don't think so. I actually don't think so. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking through all of these and I'm like, it is a bad contract. And again, if you look at the power forwards that are being paid more than Monique Billings, like Azare, Kennedy Burke, $1.2 million for a fucking max contract for what's her name? Alana Smith. Whereas if you look at the players around Lexi Hull's position that are getting paid more than Lexi Hull, there is players getting paid more than Lexi Hull at her position. Ariel Atkins, cool. Like, better than Lexi, but yeah, she's been poor. Carlton, way better than Lexi. Alicia Gray, Kayla McBride, Sykes, Gabby Williams, Copper, Mabry, Kelsey Mitchell. Like, it's not really a debate here. But yeah, look, they're in a weird situation. And cap space wise, they're kind of fucked. But also, they're not the Dallas Wings. The Dallas Wings might have to salary dump Paige Bueckers for all we know. Or they might, like, the Dallas Wings are probably going to lose every first round pick they ever have trying to salary dump Arike and Alana Smith. At least the Fever don't have to worry about salary dumping players that are on maxes. At least it's $800K for underperforming players.